Well, it appears that the OBS did not. My microphone wasn't connected to OBS during these recordings, so I will be. So basically, all the walking will be cut out, but all the major stuff that happened, I will put a voiceover in post. So this is just explaining the situation. I feel like this is better than having to just refilm it, because then the freaking crazy stuff that happened isn't really gonna happen again.
What are you doing around here, fancy pants? Oh, you come to admire my mustache, huh? Ah, that's right. Just take it all in. Good. That's what all the ladies say when I give 'em a taste of this love rug above my lips. Drives them crazy. I reckon you want to touch it, don't you? Well, that's just too goddamn bad. Only Lori gets to be caressed by the love rug, stranger.
I picked stare at his mustache because I thought it would lead me down a tree of dialogue that I could insult it, but mm, it, it just gets a little bit weird, to be honest.
Mm. Oh, well, ain't you original? No, partner. Listen here. I've got the biggest pair of balls in 6 states. Seriously, they're as big as goddamn deathclaw eggs, with streaky hair like this here mustache. You wanna see 'em? Yeah, I bet you do, you fucking pervert. That's why I like it up in this here mountain. Down there in them desert valleys, my nuts get to sweating like two pigs in an oven. Come back after my card game and I'll let you touch these big, beautiful balls while I caress my mustache. Yeah.
Well, I say 99% of all of the side characters, just perfect. I love them. They're very entertaining. They don't like try to overstay their welcome or anything. They're just
That's the way.
it's good. They're very enjoyable.
Welcome to fucking Frost Hill. How about a shot of whiskey to get that fucking chill out of you? First one is on the house. Lori can also offer you snatch at a reasonable rate. If you'll suffer my fucking curiosity, what brings you to our little hamlet?
Yeah, there's not really much to say about this guy. He just swears too much.
That's fucking commendable. Most cocksuckers around here can't be asked to lift a finger for fuck all. Enjoy a complimentary libation. I was drawn in by the placid peaks, serene snows, and colossal canyons. Certainly you're not so credulous as to accept that fucking nicety. No, I care little for the gelid gusts that shrink my scrotum, nor for the blinding blizzards that bar my morning ambulation, which I hold dear. I was a fucking tremendous practitioner of law, renowned as a goddamn doyen in my field, beholden to no cocksucker in existence. I should have been content with my station, sated with wealth and respectability, but I crave power, that awful demonic whore. Politics. It is a poison that dashes morality, reason, and even common sense. Furthermore, the fickle masses are vengeful, flagitious beasts. I was sacrificed on the altar of an ochlocratic orgy, thrown to the mob after a misstep, a mere stumble on the steps to higher order. Animals masquerading as men pursued me, sought to mutilate my person, and dissect me like fucking wild game. I would have none of it. Now, I am a vendor of spirits, a purveyor of bottled mirth, and giver of counsel. This is my station, and I am content with it. I fucking swear it. There are hyperbolic tales of some cannibal prowling outside of town. Goes by the name of Schwartz. In my opinion, it's bullshit born of sexual repression. It's like a restless viper stirring in your pants. Now I find that furious, frequent masturbation ameliorates this malignancy, though blowjobs are the definitive cure. A chem-addled prospector proclaimed that the Legion is planning some kind of attack near Bullhead, Firebase Zama or some such. Absurd fucking name. Well, some of the passing persiflage contains mention of a grand rising of the servile masses in Arizona, unified under the banner of some Spartacus. Reviving archaic names and titles from the empires of yore will always yield positive results, as evidenced by Caesar's artful aping of the ancients. In all candor, though, the poor saps will be crushed. The survivors, crucified. The bear is too lethargic, too timid for action, to its shame.
What is it, honey?
Yeah, I was walking around and then I found Lori, who's pretty much the only way that I can do this and then claim self-defense to get him by getting him to attack me first. For some reason, there's no like dialogue or anything. I thought there would be at least maybe a speech check to try and insult him or something, but I guess not.
Oh, well. You're the one that got Garza and Shitting Dog. Whatever his name was. I don't know why Marco keeps those stupid heathens around. Here in Frost Hill, me and mine are the law, and you're the bad guy. Act a fool around here, and we will gun you down in the street.
What is it, honey? Sorry, I'm closed for business. Bill don't like to share me when he's in town. Damn, I do believe it's warm in here. Let's step into my room and cool off.
You were back there, doing things to my Lori. I heard it all, you slimy fuck. And I am going to bury you. Then that bitch is gonna get it. Over here! Whoa!
So yeah, this section is it is not showing my good side in this game. He just kept dropping me. And I don't know if it's because it must be because I have low endurance. But for the first half, I wasn't really wearing armor. But you can see me here try to try to see which angle is the best way to approach him. To be honest, I should have just hid and let my companions do most of the work. Especially when his buddies got aggroed, because for some reason, even if it's self-defense, I mean, I guess if they're partners, so they're obviously going to defend their boss or whatever, but, whatever. So that kind of makes sense. I forgive that. But yeah, you'll see later on too. I think there's gotta be the characters. They have a They're gonna have a buffed version of their gun. That's not the one that's in their inventory that we see. They have to have one that's only for them, and then the gun in their inventory is only for looks. Because come on, man, some of these shots, insane. I'm pretty sure he uses a 44. Let me see. Yep, he uses a 44, which is more understandable than a later guy you'll see. And I believe part in the second part of today. Yeah. As you can tell, I'm not scripting these, so I might be wrong here, might be wrong. Or I might be right, I don't know. I just kind of saying whatever comes to my mind during this. I'm trying to remember what I was saying in a moment and trying to, talk about something close to that. Well, all it took was abusing the stealth criticals. Or is it a multiplier? It's not a critical, right? Whatever. All it took was a stealth critical. I'm calling it. Was easy, just laid him out, no problem. But the guy still got aggroed, even though I wasn't spotted. So technically, I shouldn't have been spotted, but I guess it's they're programmed because he was aggroed to me. They should have been aggroed, but because I stealth, all of them de-aggroed. But for the life of me, I cannot understand why I was just walking around letting them shoot me. I don't know why. I can't remember why. And to be honest, yeah, I don't remember why I did that. Watching it now, it just looks weird. I don't know what I was thinking.
Sure, let's.
Yep. And to top it all off, the game crashes when I try to fast travel. See, I know New Vegas has a reputation of crashing a lot. For me, it hasn't happened a lot. And I used to play on the 360. And then it was the backwards compatibility for Xbox One. It didn't crash that much for me. Now, did it crash more than any other game? Probably, because I don't remember every crashes, but I guess if compared to other games that don't really crash, New Vegas crashes a lot, but from like the memes and stuff, it does. I don't think it crashes as much as those say it does. But who knows? Maybe on PC it does crash a lot because it tends. I think definitely with mods definitely. If I never have some of
That
these
tower on the
improvement
strip,
mods,
the one you can see for miles.
these
Well,
other
there it
mods,
is.
that it would crash a lot more. I believe.
What is it, partner? Sometimes nicknames are just random or nonsensical, but his was dead on. Squirrely indeed. You played this one smart, and I appreciate it. We're one step closer to Marco, and the townsfolk are starting to hate us less. It was excellent work, so here's the bonus as promised. Get rested and report back when you're ready. What is it, partner? Okay, your target is Oliver Doolin, one of the most prolific caravan robbers in recent history. For over 2 decades, he and a number of cronies pillaged NCR commerce in and around the frontier. It was only recently that he teamed up with Marco. Nobody's quite sure why he got in bed with Marco, but he did. That gets him on our list. My source indicates that he's alone in a shack outside town. He might not be surrounded by a gang, but don't underestimate Doolin. He's rumored to be quick and steady. Dangerous combination. Any questions? Nobody runs with Marco unless they're a bad customer. Doolin wasn't just a robber. He killed at least one sheriff in cold blood. Besides, Brookshire is adamant about this one. NCR doesn't forgive or forget.
Sure, take all my stuff, why don't... Don't worry, I'll...
You ever talk to that kid underneath the 188? You know, the...
Easy there, killer. I'm not looking to fight you. At least not yet. I know you're probably out for blood, but would you mind hearing me out first? I wonder why you really came here. I've heard stories about Randall and all that business down in Vegas, but this is different. They say you've killed a lot of bad men. Got a real instinct for it. Maybe you really are as good as they say. Let me tell you something, though. It won't matter if you go up against Marco. I'm not trying to scare you, because it's not about skill. I know Marco. I know him well. I believe he came here to turn away from what he was, start over. He changed his name, even got a woman. When he found out about Sergio, I saw him change again. Like somebody had flipped over a card. That old demon inside was awake again. You might be fast, you might be tough, but Marco will do anything to settle that score. He wanted you to come here. What happens next? I'd like for you to walk away. Leave this behind while you're still in one piece. As for me, I'd like to do the same. But let's face it, I'm a dead man outside Frost Hill. I know you aren't going anywhere, so that sort of boils it down. So it does. So it does.
This is a bitch. Get ready to taste some real
You
pain.
molested your last kitty, Judge Wicker. It's time to face justice. I'm hit! Help, please.
Okay, now, the sap story about Marco and whatnot. I'll put that to one side. I kind of like this guy. This guy was pretty cool. I think he did. I was gonna say he did the Virgil thing, but he was nowhere close to what Virgil tried to do. Virgil was just that was just cartoonishly what he tried to convince me I was the wrong one. I would have let him go, but it just seemed more fitting that he would actually try and like this. It's just more fitting that it would end like this. Like he would want to tie up a loose end. Because he said himself, he's dead outside. He's wanted outside of Frost Hill, and that I'm here. It just makes more sense in it makes more sense in a story wise. That it would be settled like this. He would put his whatever his skills that he has, and then I don't know. It just seems more fitting, to be honest. Oh, I almost forgot. At that Marco story, I don't care what Marco did, tried to do. Like, oh, he tried to turn his life around. I don't care. It does not really erase what he has done. Trying to hide away and live a normal life, that doesn't really erase what crimes he has committed. Now, if he changed like 180 and actually, let's say he became a lawman, then maybe that's a better story than becoming a hermit. And then that's a Casus Belli for saying, oh, he changed, like you shouldn't go after him. It's actually your fault for going after criminals, and it just so happens to be his brother that he became evil again. Is like, motherfucker. No. Don't try to blame this on me. It's not my fault. Just let the criminals run wild. And then when the criminals fight back, it's like, oh, it's all your fault for trying to stop them in the first place. I'm like, what? That's crazy. That's why I fucking hate Virgil. He pisses me off so much. Now, I will just say this was a kind of a pitiful excuse for an ambush, to be honest. If they all had trail carbines, I would have been dead flat, no chance of me surviving. But a bunch of caravan shotguns, one trail carbine, I think someone else had a hunting rifle. That's not really enough. But what was cool though is that one guy did run into the shack, fleeing. And I don't recall ever seeing that happen. Like NPCs will follow me through a door, but I've never seen NPCs in New Vegas flee through a door. I think in Fallout 3 I have seen it, but I have never seen it in Fallout New Vegas because I don't think there was ever I was ever in a situation where that would be available.
One less evil. Jesus. Look at all.
What is it, partner? I know he wasn't as rough as some of the others, but it had to be done. His past was bound to catch up with him at some point. I hope you caught your breath with dueling, because the next one is going to be a bitch. So let me know when you're ready for it. What is it, partner? For years, Marco has kept a badass super mutant in his entourage. Supposedly goes by the name of Porter. He's a veritable monster by all accounts. My source says that Porter is little better than a slave to Marco, but he's completely devoted. No telling what makes that thing tick. Anyway, he's supposed to be hidden away in that old pre-war base inside a nearby mountain. On top of the mutant, Marco keeps supplies in there. You might be thinking, this is my lucky day, but think again. Marco and his boys keep that place booby-trapped to high hell. Once the mutant is gone, it'll be one less reason for Frost Hill to support Marco. Any questions? He's an absolute master with melee weapons, so you can't let him get close. I mean, he will absolutely shit on your world with just one swing. It's the same with those other dumb fucks trying to karate chop your ass, shoot their knees, then pick them apart once they're crippled. Any other questions? He's the literal muscle to complement Marco's guns. Marco often has Porter perform the worst acts, killing children and eating people alive. Nobody's sure how Porter came to run with Marco, but he's utterly loyal. Makes no sense to me. Anyway, he's got to die just the same. Any other questions? He might be a mutant, but he can still die. It'll just take more bullets is all. Be careful, and I'll see you when you get back.
Jackson, what are you doing out in this godforsaken what? Hold on. Who are you? What's your business here? No, I'm not going anywhere. I hide nothing from my children. Besides, I don't want to stand out there and... Those fools finally managed to piece together my location, and now they've sent you. No doubt a serpentine killer of the lowest order. I have no shame or regret for what I've done. NCR ruined me, just like they've done to so many others. They'll continue to do so unless we act. I was disenfranchised and harried by their collectors until I was little more than a vagabond. That's what they do. My actions helped remind those decadent beasts that they are still subject to the people, and they aren't beyond the reach of justice. If If my politics don't move you, then consider the fate of my children. They are innocents in this struggle, and they'd be helpless without me.
First of all, I forgot that I even picked up this bounty from Brookshire, and this guy, he's just a little bit annoying. Two, he's mailing bombs, which is one, you're putting the couriers at risk of having them exploded. Any other innocents who handle it in between you and the packet from the mailman to the package to the target, that's putting another danger on it. And then also wherever the blast could be, just random and other people who aren't meant to be, who aren't your targets. And then the damage to the building that could hurt other people too. I'll say yeah, like I understand where you're coming from, but you're just asking for it at that point, mailing bombs.
No. I chose this course, and I will accept the consequences. As long as I draw breath, I'll never stop striking at those autocratic apes.
I made him an offer. I even put on my suit. I read a magazine.
Yes, what are you doing?
And I did a speech check. And I said, hey, no, first I said, hey, can you stop mailing bombs and I'll let you live?
No.
And then he said no. And I did the 80 speech check. Oh no, I think it's the 80 speech check. Whatever. You see it. You see it.
Very well.
I just watched it too, and I can't remember 3 seconds later. But and then the quest,
No.
the dialogue just bugs
Very
out.
well. Say your
I
piece.
am mooring now. This is where some of the decisions is. I chose to kill him
No.
because if he's not going
Very
to stop
well.
mailing
Say your
bombs,
piece.
putting other innocent people in danger, then I killed him. This is basically it. I feel like the reasons to kill him was a lot more than reasons to let him live. I would have let him live easily if he just promised to stop mailing bombs. That was it. So all he's got to do is stop trying to do that. Then he would have potentially lived. So I would have let him live, and maybe somebody else wouldn't have come after him. But you know, the dialogue didn't work. And it's not the only case. You're gonna see when we get to the mutant,
Ain't this a
the dialogue no, the dialogue works. It's just, you'll see.
One less evildoer.
Okay, there's not much of anything of importance, you know. I just think it looks nice, this little area, even though it's just a bunch of buildings by the side of the road. But the gate looks nice too. It looks like I would love to build a base here. If it was like a DayZ, I would. Actually, not really. This place would get raided a lot in DayZ. Minecraft. What's another game? Oh, what's that game? Oh, we played it. It was like a whole couple months we just binged that game. Foxhole. This would be a decent Foxhole base, you know?
Hold still, please. It's harder to hit you when
Not
you
really,
keep running
but
around.
you know, you could.
What are you?
Yeah, you could try.
Tell Mama I've done my best.
Damn robots on the strip have more firepower than a squad of grunts. Do you really trust them?
When I was a part of the society, one of the most common punishments was the self-combustion of the penis. Now tell me, how does that even work?
identified. Please stand clear.
Got him.
Multiple failures detected.
And I'm just, man, I don't know why this particular Protectron is so strong. Like, I don't see no reason, just because he's a range safety officer. Like, what do they do? He's not meant to be shot at. He's just there to make sure all the soldiers are, you know, safe. Doing their safety drills and whatnot they gotta do on the range, you know, to not accidentally shoot somebody else. So I don't know why this guy is so armored up compared to everybody else, but I don't know. Just because he has a name, so he's more powerful.
You molested
I don't get it.
kitty, Judge Richter. It's time to face justice.
Do not be alarmed. Order will be restored soon. Your cooperation is requested. Failure state.
Yes, yes, yes. A simple drop of virgin blood in the purest glass of champagne. I have never tasted anything better in all my life.
Don't make them look. Please. Don't make them look at their faces. Make it stop. Boss. Please, boss. You're not boss. Why are you here? What do you want? Please make him stop. Give me the justice and it will stop the hurting. You cannot command me. The boss decides right and wrong. You will die. There you are.
You just fucked with the wrong ranger. I feel like I'm about to lose a limb. Sending you to hell, bitch.
Destroy!
I'm gonna cut your fucking heart out.
Am I doing it right?
Eat it, Dick.
Stop! I feel it again, the pain. Why do you hurt me? Only the boss hurts me. Why? A long time ago, Porter was a good guy. Guarded town far away from here. Boss came with men. Killed everyone. Porter failed. Boss made Porter his pet, his tool. Used Porter to do mean things, awful things. Porter is a monster, but he is Boss's monster. Porter wants to leave, but Boss will find him and hurt him like before. Porter will stuff your... Stop! You're gonna kill... Stop! Gonna kill you! Stop! Yes, maybe. I can start over. Not hurt anyone. Not be hurt anymore. I have to try.
Bitch.
Man, I have a soft spot for super mutants. I don't know. I feel sorry for them, and I do tend to wanna excuse them for what they've done, and like it's because they're not 100% right in the head. Obviously, I'm a lot more forgiving to them than other people, especially in some like Godwin. Like this guy is more. I feel bad. What's his name? I know Rando is not gonna like it. He might let me off. If he does hate it, I do. I went spoiler alert. He does hate it, and I just reload to finish the job the correct way. But then, goddamn Ford opens his mouth and is like, "I understand, but I don't really want to hear it." So I just kind of skip through his dialogue real quick.
What is it, partner? Did you pick up religion or something since we last worked together? I'm worried you're turning into some kind of humanitarian shit. Porter is a pure killing machine, and you just let him go. Here, I'll give you half pay, out of my own pocket, no less. Consider it my charitable act for...
And then, of course, Randall, it's not as bad. It's not as bad as I was expecting, but it's obviously he disapproves of it in his own funny little way. I do enjoy it. And then to stack up my feeling bad for him, he just keeps triggering. He just keeps begging and begging and begging. It's like, oh man, I feel so bad. Even for oh man, even from this far away, just keeps triggering from on top of the stairs. If I killed Godwin, it's only correct from the way I've been judging all of the criminals so far that he has to go as well. I wished the dialogue and stuff wasn't as buggy as it is. I don't know what's causing it. First Godwin, I couldn't convince him to stop mailing bombs, and now this one, he keeps triggering over and over and over again, just making it harder to finish the job. It's like, oh man.
What is it, partner? Taking down a crazed super mutant is no small thing, so here's a bonus for seeing it through. When you're ready for more work, just check in with me. The next one is a gunfighter, should be right up your alley. What is it, partner? You'll be getting 2 for the price of 1 with this next bounty. The targets are Ingram and Saunders, 2 badasses that have always run together. They're the honchos of a big, nasty raider crew. Word is that they're just outside the pass, hitting caravans and fighting 80s. You're gonna have a long trip ahead of... Hold on. You hear that? Fucking gunfire. Fuck, we better get to the wall. Come on.
Now, this was like, should have happened a while ago. It's just a bunch of bounty hunters just camped out here it's not really out in the open, but it's not really concealed either. It's just in the middle of a field, surrounded by trees and some rocks, but it's not like built into the rocks or whatever. The rocks offer more cover for the enemy than anything. And it's like, only now they decided to attack? Like the base, I think the base should be under constant attack. At least a couple of skirmishers and snipers taking pot shots at the camp would be more smart. Just constant pressure put on the bounty hunters, but I don't know.
Ow!
I'm hit. I've got you now. Time to die, fucko. What you done, you fucking coward?
Aha!
I'm gonna be a legend. I'm hit.
Had
done.
You like that?
Ow!
This is a good day, isn't it?
Ow!
I just had trouble with that with this gunfight right here. I just needed to find. I was trying to make sure not too many people died, and I was trying to get into a good spot. I had the right strategy of just focusing down the heavily armored guys, but eventually all the NPCs were in the right spot to where not too many people died. And, you know, I didn't die, so that's perfect. Now, I didn't die on purpose, it's just, you know, if everyone died, I would have been fine if we survived. But, you know, it worked out in the end pretty well, as good as can be.
Evildoers? Ow, I can't feel my leg.
Ow!
I'm hit!
Ow!
Listen, Brooks, this is over. Ah!
I'm gonna cut your fucking heart out.
You like that?
Howdy.
What is it, partner? Yeah, Ingram and Saunders weren't holding the fuck back. That's for goddamn certain. Shit fire. The bounty came to us this time, but you earned it, and then some. Here's a bonus. Catch your breath and check with me when you want another job.
Prim has a new sheriff. That should keep the powder gangers away.